This is Arukh Yardea, Simon Lamed Vav, Sif Samech Dalet to Samech Zayin. This is Supplemental Day 228 of the Arukh Shulchan Yomi. Samech Dalet. Isa B'Gemara. Says Gemara, Rei de Damiel Ufta. A lung which is like a ufta, bubakas eitz, which is a block of wood, is trefa. The Yesh Gemara Kampushim said the seven interpretations Gemara. Zosh Kosvu Tuba Shulchan Aruch Reya Shekosha Eitz B'Mishmusha trefa. That is why the Shulchan writes that a lung which is hard like wood, when you feel it, is trefa. V'odinim Kala Eitz trefa. So it's light like wood. It's trefa. Shikal Yosim Kol Reyes is lighter than all other lungs, I guess, because the density of this certain types of wood is very light. Also wood. The Koshka Keitzu Kipshuto, hard like wood, is exactly what it sounds like. When you feel it, feels like wood. Suffolk Trefus is the case of a doubtful Trefus. Says there's several alternatives to what it is. So a lung which is found to be bloated. Like the base of the fronds of a palm tree. Out of doubt. It's a strange addition to its body. Maybe this addition to the body is like something is missing. So another interpretation is one of the interpretations on Dam Lufta. Because you don't know which Shana Gemara is the correct pshat. Don't bring down this pshat. I guess they don't say the word suffix trefus. That's the issue. They don't say the word suffix because there is not to tell us what's a definite trefa and what's a doubtful trefa. Must be there's something different than a blockage and something different than something dry. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a separate psul. The experts know distinguish between the various types of psulim. The bracket says if you base because of suffix trefa, you should take lashon Rambam. Even though normally the Shulchan and Ramah don't discuss what's valid and what's suffix, so they quote lashon Rambam. They quote lashon Rambam. Samaches. Rather. Those who say the kosh gates or kal gates that hard like wood and light like wood. I feel with mashman in trefa, even if it's a small amount of the longer it applies in trefa. The time is a connect goes. It's like a puncture. It's a simul chadasha. The Busha Shalom Shebenu Vareno came. The Mama we brought it's certainly not the case because it's still chisarn. That's like something which is missing. Una shlema we need to have entire uma to be called yeser kanot dami. Any extra zib it's not there. But and even according to Shinoch, I don't know if the same thing as a puncture. But you're saying it seems more likely that's like something was missing, which goes around people like around right according to this interpretation. However, in the Beis Yosef, it seems that even according to Rambam's interpretation, it's treif in a mashu. So it's not clear. He may draw a parallel to something which is missing. Which the it's going according to his approach, which we learned earlier, that the Rambam says treif when you have a chisarn on the outside, something missing outside, as you saw in Mem Zayin. Based on what we said there, it's only if he's missing something akin to a whole una uma, and here there's additional una uma, which is like a chisachasan una or muma. Here too, be same halacha. If his halacha requires further analysis, and one has to consider it further. The davar pashut, who it's obvious. All these things have to do with how it looks after we inflate it. What is a resh? It's felt we find it whole. So we hang it. it starts cutting itself apart. The tipo chatichos it falls into small pieces. Treifa. Having little tipo shetakia kusa bosar. Even if it's not actually pulling apart, but it's been afflicted. It's become, I guess, rotted to the point that it's like flesh which a doctor would remove. Treifa, it's treifa. It's bichash. Maaseber yachash in the floor. There's a story with a certain lung that they blew it up. Enough chatichos, and pieces fell off it. Let's Arukh, but the wind did not come out. Sivam in public chosek. So the Rav asking to inflate it further, more strenuously. Till all those pieces of flesh fall off. They found there was a new membrane in the lung, I guess, behind these dead pieces of meat. And it was intact and appropriate as it was supposed to be. Because the pieces were worn out meat on top of the lung. It's named Nagos Marivile. Sambazai Isa Mark, one says in Mem Vav on base, a lung which part of it became dry, 20 foot straight. As if it can be snapped, cracked with a fingernail. When you push your fingernail on it, it's going to break. Even though the mum, the blemish, when the ear is dry, that it's called it's called yavish already when we pierce it and it doesn't bleed, even though it's not at the stage of dryness where it can be cracked with the fingernail. Same that's because the air affects the ear. Mashem bere as opposed to the lung. She's in the body, and the air does not get to it. As long as the dryness has not reached the point where a fingernail could crack it, it's going to go back to its health. That's the Gemara. Wind and air causes the wound to fester and ruin it. That's Rashi. Because of Ram Perches, V'Tur, Kol Poskim, and so too the Rambam and Tur, and all the Poskim, and that is it for today.